everybody! Hello, Apparition, Void Dweller, and Jess! Welcome back to Higanbana for what may or may not be the final stream in Higanbana. Definitely the last story, that's for sure. So, hello, OA. So, before I start, I just want to say, I hope everybody got the message on the Discord that yesterday I decided not to stream because it was Thanksgiving, and a lot of people, just wanted to take the day to, hello, Chi-chan! Woo! to spend with their families if they live in America. And I figured, seriously, am I going to stream on that day when so many people, just going to be with their families and everything? Yes, Chi-chan, this was truly a Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni. So basically, this is how it's going to work, depending on how I feel as the stream goes on. If I decide, okay, this is longer than I thought, and we get to a break point, then I'll stop it for then. Tomorrow is going to be Ever 17 as usual, and we'll have the true finale on Sunday. But if we go all the way through today, then Ever 17 is still going to be tomorrow, but there won't be a stream on Sunday, just to even everything out. And Ever 17 will be still on Tuesday as usual. So it'll just be two in a row of Ever 17 for that reason. And on Thursday will be a brand new game. Okay? So yeah, just trying to keep that simple for everybody. So with that said, let's get into it. Let's see the origin of Higanbana, if that's what it is indeed is alluding to, by saying before the spider lilies bloomed. Oh my god. Thank you, Magikarp. Well, I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Because that was one of the greatest experiences of my entire life. So thank you, Magikarp, and welcome to the stream. Oh, hello, Avlis. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Alright, let's get back into it. That day, the building that used to be used at the schoolhouse was renamed as the old school building. Okay, so it is taking place in the past, alright? I just really want to see if Higanbana was a person, but before being a demon. That's what I truly, oh yeah. Please tell me if the music is too loud or too soft, and if you can hear me. This song is truly haunting, Jess. As a result of multiple smaller towns merging together and larger scale development, the students and staff of many different schools were brought together under the roof of a new school building. Hello, Fawful. Welcome to the stream. I'll just turn it down a smidge. Thank you so much, Chi-chan. With students coming from so many different schools gathering in classrooms together, a new form of chaos, as well as a new kind of society, always back to society, developed within those walls. This new school had yet to gain order and rules. The ghost stories and 7 mysteries that should strike fear into the students had yet to be born. And an unprecedented number of children gathered at this school. as did various yokai and evil spirits. Out of this newly born chaos, countless yokai gathered, trying to establish their territory and make the school their new hunting grounds. Now the school is being overrun by a myriad of nameless yokai. Of course, there is no reason to expect such ruthless yokai to try and get along with each other. In the interest of increasing their territory in this giant hunting ground, these yokai killed and devoured each other. The school was a melting pot of chaos, not just for new students, but for yokai too. She was one of the monsters born into this school. Her form was that of a western doll. For many years, she had adorned the top of the medicine cabinet in the old school building's infirmary. Okay, so she was in the old school building. Interesting. She was moved to the infirmary in the new building, and there, among the chaos of the yokai, she gained consciousness. Okay, so she was never a human. She began to dance, alone in the infirmary at night, and she began to comprehend that she herself was a yokai, and instinctively realized what she must do. As a yokai, in order to live, she must prey on the souls of humans. Or on pastries sometimes. I'm not exactly sure. And so to make sure that her prey was not stolen from her, she fought against other yokai. If one tried to monopolize this hunting ground, the monsters would kill each other out of mutual hatred. She, as a newborn, was no exception. If she found a more fearsome monster, she would be killed with no questions asked. In order for her to survive in this monster-infested school, she had to fight.
Oh! Holy shit, okay. So we do have some stuff in the present day. She's telling the story to Marie. I didn't think we would ever see Marie again until like the all-cast review. Oh, this is really cool. Did Sakuno Shin-chan get caught up in that too?
Not me. I'm not a school monster. My shrine and I have both been here for a long time.
Hello T, welcome to the stream.
Before this school building, in fact.
Despite his youthful appearance, Sakunoshin had been one of the elders since long before this mammoth of a school was constructed.
How nostalgic. It was such a chaotic time. They were just a ragtag group of yokai, all jam-packed into one place. Each of them trying to create a monopoly on the souls of the brats.
You were one of them too, you know.
Hello James.
You were too, you bastard.
It is rather nostalgic. It really was such a chaotic melting pot.
Together as a sisterly tag team, we took down many sly old yokai, one by one. You can't begin to imagine what it was like, Marie. It was really badass. My goodness, what a bloody feud. It was like quite a terrifying era.
Is that so?
So you're all the ones who won and survived that era then?
Some of us, like Ren and I, watched idly from the sidelines.
Because it was dangerous, you know? I hid myself in the paintings.
At that time, just managing to find a place to hide yourself was no simple task.
That's true. In a sense, it may have been more difficult to survive than just fighting for it. And then most of the yokai were weeded out, and a hierarchy gradually formed, based on the differences in our powers. And the disordered children also regained their composure. Those brats eventually compiled the 7 mysteries of their new school. And that's how our ranking system was established.
It really is best for yokai to lie low and hide quietly.
I agree. Once you get old, that merciless chaos is something you'll never be able to face again. You should be grateful for how lucky you are, Marie. If you're around back in that era, you would have been eaten up by another yokai in the blink of an eye.
So there really was a time like that. I had heard a few stories from Higanbana about a frightening time when it was survival of the fittest for the yokai here. She mentioned a large number of yokai killing and devouring each other. And the ones who survived that era and reigned as the school yokai is this group here.
Now they all got their scary faces on. They established themselves as the 7 mysteries of the school and created a 7-rank school yokai hierarchy. By doing so, they finally closed the curtain on that terrifying era of killing.
Higanbana, who was terribly cruel and strong, was particularly feared among them. Yes, Higanbana used to be an especially cruel yokai.
Right. In a way, she's mellowed out a lot since then, you know? Especially since you've come along, Marie.
Really? Okay.
For those of us who remember how she used to be. Even now, it's hard to keep yourself from trembling with fear when she's standing in front of you.
Even for someone like me, whenever she furrows her brow, my heart can't help but skip a beat.
Marie, you said earlier that Higanbana was actually less cruel than she seems. Maybe the reason you're able to say that is because you don't know how she was back then.
Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream.
Well, it's nothing to worry about. Just like how children grow up and become adults, it's inevitable that as yokai, we too will change with time. Marie's presence might have chilled her out a bit too, you know.
Oh my god, he said it! Oh, he said it! Oh my god, he said it! Woo! Oh my god. He said it! He said it! He said it! He said the thing! Oh my god.
Maybe so, Marie-kun.
Now I've got to be like a Sean Connery type of voice. Jeez.
Please remain Higanbana's friend for all our sakes.
Yes.
The once terrifying Higanbana has changed quite a bit now.
Good you. Even Higanbana's heart can't help but change and grow after meeting new people. In that sense, humans and yokai are alike.
All of the school yokai except Higanbana were packed in the principal's office having a tea party.
Oh my god, you guys, with the Higanbana. Oh my god, you're too funny.
These moon viewing parties required every one of them to attend. But it was rare for this many of the yokai to attend such a frivolous get-together. Despite the fact that they never attend meetings even when told to. Somehow this many of them managed to gather for an arbitrary tea party. Apparently Higanbana wasn't the only one among them who had a dissenting opinion. The rest of the yokai took advantage of her absence and talked amongst themselves about the tale of Higanbana, a subject that Marie was very interested in.
Now this is an awesome way to end the story. It's a really, really bad joke that got out of hand, Void Dweller. That's all. Oh god.
Higanbana would always boast about how she was the cruelest yokai of them all. But Marie didn't think she was quite as cruel as she would have everyone believe. Of course, this did not excuse the fact that Higanbana was at times capricious, rebellious, and altogether difficult to deal with.
Oh, and thank you for the sub, Estalior. Oh my god.
Exactly, Jess.
But somewhere down the line, she had calmed down a bit. Eventually, she made friends with Marie, and at the very least, became a less cold-blooded being who was capable of teasing and laughing with a close friend. Marie was interested in Higanbana.
I know what they mean, but I like reading it the way I want to read it. I'm sorry. I like reading that sentence the way I like to read it, even though I know what they mean.
Interested in the past when she was truly the personification of cruelty that she claimed she was. And how she became how she is today. Marie was curious as to what it was that caused her to change. At that time, Higanbana was on the rooftop. She was perched on the edge, her long hair and skirt swaying in the wind, and staring blankly downwards. Beneath her, two people were walking. A student was leading a grown man by the hand, apparently giving him a tour of the school grounds.
Oh my god! Oh, hello, you! Aw, we haven't seen him in quite... I love how the kids are recurring characters in this. seriously, I'd love for the whole cast, surviving cast, to show up in this episode. And this is the second school building. Oh, watch your step. I wonder who this guy that he's talking to is.
Oh, thank you. You saved me there, Nonomiya-kun.
A name tag affixed to that person's chest indicated that they were a visitor to the school. At the very least, it was obvious that this man was neither a student nor a teacher of this school.
I think this is Higanbana talking.
I remember this scene well. It's a place filled with memories for me. This image of the school is still burned into my retinas.
Oh, no. Okay. I think it's him talking to the guy. Okay, never mind. God damn it.
I remember this scene well. It's a place filled with memories for me. This image of the school is still burned into my retinas.
Are they fond memories?
Oh, I wonder. You know, in my time, bullying and violence will come...
Okay, no. This is the guy saying that. Oh, wait a minute. I bet this guy, who he's with, has something to do with Higanbana's past.
I wonder. You know, in my time, bullying and violence were commonplace.
The man laughed. Considering the way he reacted, it seemed unlikely that his time spent at this school was very pleasant at all. However, a long time had passed since then. Even if he had been bullied, that pain had probably long since healed, and his memories of it faded away.
Back when I went here, I always loved coming here back behind the school. I always used to spend my break time here.
It is nice and cool back here, isn't it?
Yes. And not many people came back here. It was my favorite place.
The man was reminiscing while stroking the trunk of a tree.
I remember that I'd want to be an artist when I grew up.
An artist?
Yeah. I remember the fun I had recording all my inspirations and emotions in a sketchbook. Every day I'd come here to get away from all the hustle and bustle and sketch whatever caught my eye.
It was a story from long ago. A story from when this building had just been built and was still being called the new school building. A mammoth school, created through the integration of many smaller ones. It led to disorder and unrest among the students that now attended. And their unrest was brought into the world of the supernatural as well. Many confused souls were crowded together under one roof, and from this newly born chaos came a wave of small fry yokai, all running rampant.
Oh man, this place is just packed with humans! Eat your fill, everyone! This school is huge! It's just crammed to the brim with these little shit souls. Hey, piss off, you damn yokai! All these souls are mine, you hear? Don't get in my way. I'm starving! Kill! Kill! Kill!
In the classroom, hallways, gymnasium, and schoolyard, countless yokai and evil spirits swam about like giant schools of fish, all eating one another. This school is filled with the souls of children. Only the strongest yokai survive to continue eating to their heart's content. The only way for them to avoid being a meal for another yokai was to become stronger and faster than those around them. The children couldn't escape from the school, so eating them could wait. Instead, the first to get eaten were the yokai who impeded the progress of others. A struggle for survival of the fittest spread out across the entire school. A battle where the only witnesses were those unearthly beings.
I'm the strongest. I'll kill all you bastards that get in my way.
He can get stronger. He can get stronger. Any weak yokai around here?
The stronger yokai we eat, the more spiritual power we store up. If we attack in groups, even a weak yokai can win.
If the weaker yokai formed a giant group, even they had a startling amount of power. The undulating mass swept many classrooms, devouring the yokai trying to entrench themselves inside.
Oh, we're not worthless. When we've got in numbers, we are the strongest. The staff room is already ours. Go to the next room. Go, 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 go.
Where do we go next?
The infirmary. I heard there's someone in there who's possessing a strange doll. We'll consume them and get the power!
Like a serpent, they wound out of the staff room and into the hallways before forming into a spiral and smashing through the infirmary door.
Oh wow, she's in that outfit. Yeah, there must be tons of kill stealing going on. I wonder how the EXP works. I guess the only person who gets the kill and gets to eat it gets the EXP. So yeah, there's probably a ton of kill stealing going on.
The yokai of the infirmary, the dancing Higanbana, floated lazily in the air. As the mass of yokai circled around her, she looked as if she was still sound asleep.
Yeah! Oh, she looks delicious. She's got so much spiritual energy. Consume that energy!
Huh?
Ah, are you scared, little dolly? Speak up. I can do a tiny little voice. Hey, shut up, everyone. Before we eat you up, let's hear your last words.
The maelstrom of monsters slowed to a halt and became as still as the eye of a storm. Finally, they were able to hear the words coming out of Higanbana's mouth. Feed me. Her facial expression didn't change. Her gaze was empty and her mind blank. It wasn't quite the expression you'd expect from someone contemplating their own death. The storm of monsters before her fluttered like the leaves of a tree being blown about by a whirlwind. All of you, feed me. The western doll danced gracefully. The fearsome yokai, known as Higanbana, settled in the infirmary. Before long, there wasn't a single yokai rampaging through the school, that didn't know her name. If a strong yokai is consumed, the large amount of spiritual power they had would transfer to the one who ate them. So once a yokai's strength became well known, that only caused more yokai to come asking for a fight to the death.
There we go, the Umineko kill sound. I'm gonna miss it. I wonder if Rose Gun Days has it too. Flo's Higanbana memes? I don't quite know how to get YouTube to broadcast to the, but you know what, we'll see. We'll see how much we have at the end. And I hope that's okay, though. Is that even allowed to do? Like to stream someone else's YouTube video? That would be quite fun to do. But yeah, we gotta see if one, if we have time, and two, if that's even okay. You know, when she slew her enemies, Higanbana was neither happy nor sad. She had only one goal in life: to keep living. To do so, she had to gather more spiritual energy and become stronger than anyone else. That's why every day she would deceive and kill. Sometimes she would conceal her form, and then either flee or sneak an attack on her opponent from behind. Every day her life could be defined by a single expression: kill or be killed. There you go, Void Dweller. For the time being, she was alive. The fact that she was still alive meant that she had gathered enough spiritual power to survive. And that power just kept drawing more yokai to her like a beacon. There's a playlist with them, Void Dweller. Someone can link that playlist on the Discord. That'd be really great. If she ever carelessly allowed herself to be wounded, the weaker yokai would jump on the opportunity and swarm her. But if she gained too much strength, the stronger yokai would consider her too great a prey to overlook and swarm her. That's a really interesting place to be in. Higanbana was not still alive today because she had strength. It was the exact opposite. She had strength because she had survived until today. She knew that the only reason she was still alive was nothing more than good luck. There was no guarantee that she would survive either today or tomorrow. It's like she killed someone this day in order to live. She could easily be killed by someone else the next day. She lived every day on the verge of death, never showing anger, sadness, or least of all, happiness. All she did was keep killing to survive the day. She spent those days emotionlessly, like a carnivorous plant. Occasionally there was a lull in the attacks. When that happened, she preferred to visit the rooftop. She let the strong wind blow her long hair as she stood emotionlessly, like a solitary flower. She was alive today as well.
When she was alive, she could think. She lived to live. Hurt or be hurt. Kill or be killed. These days repeated endlessly, like a serpent swallowing its own tail. How much longer must this continue? Higanbana no longer understood her own existence. No, that wasn't quite right. Because that would imply that at one point she knew the reason for her existence. But she did not. Not before and not now. There was only one thing of which she was certain.
Oh, certainty!
She didn't want to die. To keep living, she would hurt and be hurt, and moan in pain. She suffered every day, just so she wouldn't die. Why was she here? She had no way of knowing. It was silent. This dusk offered a small break from any yokai coming to attack her. She cleared her head and took a short time to relax from the killing. This was, perhaps, the only way that she ever felt any minuscule amount of joy. Today had been a perilous day. She had been targeted relentlessly by the sisters Azami and Sumire, and had almost been killed. She thought that they had been insignificant lesser yokai, but they had been using bullying to eat the souls of so many children that, without Higanbana noticing, they had gathered a formidable amount of spiritual power. If she wanted to survive, she had no choice but to become stronger. That was the single path to success in this survival of the fittest world of the supernatural. In order to live, I must hunt. Before today, Higanbana had never hunted the souls of humans. All she had done to gain spiritship before now was kill meat the countless yokai that attacked her. However, that was not enough. She had to hunt more actively and gain much more power. That was the only thing she could do to survive. Human prey. Anyone would be fine. Surely there'd be a suitable target somewhere. By chance, she happened to look down. And there behind the school building, there was a crowd of boys. Apparently they were hunting. Humans hunted too. A type of hunting where a large troop would attack an individual, reaping their soul. It was called bullying. Once they were finished, they walked off and left their victim sitting there. Hey, leftovers, huh? She had no idea who this boy was. She had just happened to look down and saw him there. But that was all the incentive she needed to start her hunt. Higanbana jumped from the rooftop and began to float gently down. The bullied boy had unsteadily stood up and was now squatting next to a tree.
Oh, so it's this guy. So he's still alive. Interesting.
Then he opened an important-looking sketchbook and began running a pencil over one of its pages.
Oh, what a strange child.
Just a moment ago, he was being bullied. And then the very first thing he did after being let go was not to wipe away his tears or stamp his feet in anger, but to open his sketchbook. Higanbana gently landed in front of the boy. Yokai are not visible to humans, save a few rare exceptions. So Higanbana was slightly taken aback when she noticed that his eyes were following her.
Oh, yeah, new character. He looks cool.
Did you fall from the sky just now? You can see me? That was the first conversation that Higanbana ever had with a human. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Sketching? Sketching what? The boy had been drawing pictures in his sketchbook for quite a while, but she had no idea what he was drawing. It looked as if he was drawing the leaves in front of him, but it lacked realism. The lines were fuzzy and greatly exaggerated, almost like an abstract painting. These are my feelings right now. Feelings? Yes, these are my feelings of frustration at having been bullied. She looked at his picture again, bearing this in mind, and somehow it made sense to her. She realized that he was drawing what this view behind the school looked like to him. When it was warped by his feelings of frustration. Why are you doing that exactly? I'm putting all my negative emotions into this sketchbook and locking them away. When I transform them into pictures, they're no longer just emotions. They're proof of what happened to me today. She expected as much. It stood to reason that any human who could see her would be a little off compared to normal humans. But for some reason, Higanbana was very intrigued by what he had said. What do you mean by proof of what happened? In a nutshell, it's a record of my life. Like a diary, I guess. Don't things with life continue living just so they won't die? What's the point in making a record of that? Do you mean to say that staying alive is the only point to life? Isn't it? I don't know. That doesn't sound very fun. Not fun. The strange feeling that had tormented her day after day was just summed up in 2 words. That's right. I've never once considered living to have fun. I just lived because I didn't want to die. I never thought that I could obtain something from living. Well, what do you consider to be fun in life? Oh, that was her. God damn it. Well, what do you consider to be fun in life? Feelings. Emotions. We feel so many of them every day, right? Quite honestly, I enjoy them. I make pictures of them in my sketchbook. Here, look. The boy flipped through some of the previous pages to show me. Well, that's her to show me what he had drawn in the past.
Can you tell what I was feeling on this day?
The light and lively lines suggest some sort of plentiful emotion.
I was very happy on this day. Here, what about this one? Can you tell?
These lines were thick and somewhat heavy. They give a feeling of some sort of failure or regret.
This is when I carelessly forgot about something I promised my friend. I felt like I had failed him. Here, what about this one?
There were sketches drawn with rich lines that gave off a warm feeling. And there were sketches that reminded her of the desolate, bloodthirsty feeling. Sketches like a flash of lightning, and sketches like putting flowers on a gentle spring day. They were awfully vague for a diary. It would be very hard to guess what had happened on each of these days if you were just looking at the sketches without context. But they did portray emotions. If there was one thing you could gather from his sketches, it was what he was feeling at the time he drew them. So with each page you turn in his sketchbook, various emotions would jump out of it like Pandora's box. It was a new and novel wonder to me. Emotions. I understand the concept. It's the color your heart takes, based on what happens around you. Color. Do the days that I spend doing nothing more than living actually have a color? I'm just living. My days aren't fun. I just live to keep living. I don't have a color at all. But this sketchbook was filled with emotions. And not just pleasant emotions. There were plenty of unpleasant ones too. All these emotions blended together to create a sort of harmony. Every time he turned a page, I was stunned. Each time a slew of emotions would sing out.
Higanbana-san, you're a yokai, right? What kind of emotions do yokai feel during their lives?
She couldn't think of an answer. She just needed to live. There was no emotion in that. In other words, when compared to this sketchbook, her own existence wasn't even worth the eraser shavings left over from a mistake. So, for the first time, I thought about my pitiful existence. He watched me as I stood there, silently, eyes cast down. And then he started to draw.
What are you doing? I'm recording. The surprise that I felt today from meeting a yokai who lives at the school. Look.
There, in his sketchbook, was me, standing still in shock, drawn with lines full of surprise. Who are you? Just a human. My name is Shuichi Arimori.
Shuichi! Oh!
Hold on one second, you guys. Gotta check something. Oh wow, we're making pretty good time, I think.
Yeah, the horror! The horror! Keep away from the infirmary! Keep away!
A terrifying yokai is living in there.
Her name is the Dancing Higanbana, a cruel yokai if there ever was one.
Then she must be packed to the brim with energy. If we consume her, it'll be all ours.
We'll eat you, Higanbana! Your legs, your arms, your head, heart, and liver. We'll tear them to pieces.
Enter, if you wish to die. Enter if you wish to dance. I, Higanbana, will grant your wish, and play with you all you want.
Yeah!
Shredded skin, devoured flesh, spewed blood, removed guts, chewed remains. The lifeless, begrudging bodies of the yokai splattered against the wall, their entrails torn out and blood trickling from them. Though disemboweled, they were not fully dead yet, and they cursed Higanbana with their last anguished moans. As a non-human would see it, the infirmary was filled with grotesque corpses. But even this room, splattered with the blood and innards, didn't look red to Higanbana. It looked like nothing more than a dull and boring gray.
Yep, that's absolutely right, Jess. Hameln had no idea of any of this. He wouldn't have even tried if he did.
Still, maybe the fact that she was able to realize she was bored meant that she had changed a little. Things like moss and mold aren't aware of boredom. So because she was aware of the tedium of her life, that indicates that Higanbana has grown beyond that sort of existence. Having discovered herself in the blood of evil river and mountain spirits, the rest of the groups of small fry would probably leave her alone for a while. Higanbana gracefully ascended to the rooftop and scanned the ground below. she didn't find Shuichi's soul that appealing. But she had a feeling that there was something drawn within that sketchbook of his. That could teach her something. That day, Shuichi had been beaten by a group of male students. Because of Shuichi's pacifist tendencies, they would call him a punching bag and slam their fists into him day after day. Oh, you were hit quite a bit today, huh? She called out to Shuichi as he lay prone with his face in the ground, and he looked up slowly. Higanbana-san. Hello. Even though he had just received an awful beating, he greeted her nonchalantly. Of course, he did feel frustrated about having been bullied. However, even that little flicker of emotion was still proof that he'd survived the day. As usual, he opened his pretty sketchbook that he had kept safe from the bullies and began recording his feelings. In order to express the emotions he had from dealing with such unreasonable bullying, his picture was filled with a sense of despair. In order to express the emotions he had from dealing with such unreasonable bullying, this picture was filled with a sense of despair. It was by no means a happy experience for him. But he did this for every emotion he felt. And he did this for every emotion he felt, so that if you were mixed to get the pages of the sketchbook together, it would look like a multicolored kaleidoscope. Higanbana shrugged her shoulders, with both a sense of amazement and respect for his mental and emotional tenacity. How was your day today, Higanbana-san? Same old, same old. Like usual, I was attacked by a swarm of ill-tempered small fry yokai bitches. I was bitten, hindered, and cursed. Not one fun thing happened at all. It seems like I wasn't the only one who had a rough time today. Shuichi smiled. He smiled even though he didn't know how close to death she could have been, which she was a bit annoyed at. but it was also refreshing to have news of her survival be met with a smile. Ah, I see. So surviving is something to smile about. That's right. Just being alive may be reason enough to smile. After all, there are people all over the world, living in poor countries with no food, and dying of starvation. I had the privilege of saying good morning to my family with a smile, and eating a delicious lunch. Oh wait, no, that's the kid saying that. God damn it. I had the privilege of saying good morning to my family with a smile, and eating a delicious lunch. I'm really happy about all that stuff. So that should be more than enough of a reason to smile. She didn't want to agree with him. But yesterday and today, just by being alive, Shuichi was able to enjoy finding something to stir up emotions within him. But yesterday and today, just by being alive, Shuichi was able to enjoy finding something to stir up emotions within him. And quite frankly, she was envious. Do you not have any of those feelings, Higanbana? Like happiness or sadness? Frustration or anger? Feelings like those. That day, Higanbana finally understood. That day, Higanbana finally understood. She herself had no capacity for emotion. That was why she never felt them. That was why she had never felt them. Yesterday was like today. Today would be like tomorrow. Today would be like tomorrow. Everything is the exact same shade of gray. If I could just understand the emotions he mentioned, maybe I could bring a new color into my everyday life. Oh god damn it, I wonder if I might be able to see things like the way he sees the world in his sketchbook. Emotions. I lack those. Even though I've devoured thousands of yokais of all their souls. Even though I've devoured thousands of yokais of all their souls. Without all that, I'd just be a doll. I am Higanbana. A concept called Higanbana, anyway. Can a concept have emotions? I finally understood. I'm not yet a yokai. I'm just a Western doll that eats souls. Once I'm able to feel emotions, that'll be when I'll truly become my yokai self. Once I'm able to feel emotions, that'll be when I'll truly become my yokai self. Ooh, kick ass, G-chan. She's slaying Black Eagles. Yes! Woo!
Ah! What a strange place to find you. Dancing Higanbana.
Uh-oh. How unlucky. As Higanbana wandered down an old hallway, trying to hide from the swarms of smaller yokai that sought her out. She happened across another yokai. The Shinigami, Izanami. He was an aggressive greater yokai that had massive amounts of spiritual energy. The two of them had once approximately level the same amount of strength, and thus they avoided fighting each other. But things have changed recently. Things have changed recently. Since she had started this vague search for emotions and stopped actively hunting. Izanami had started aggressively pursuing hunts more and more often, causing a rift between their once equal footing. God damn it, I just... What? Do you want to fight? If she showed fear, she would be eaten immediately. She couldn't afford to show that her power was inferior. She had to pretend that they were still on the same footing. She was in the infirmary. Her nest that was ingrained with her own spiritual energy. Then she could probably manage to drive him away. But in this frigid corridor, that would be impossible. She'd be torn to pieces before she could escape back to the infirmary. For the first time since she had started being called the Dancing Higanbana, she prepared herself for death. She felt a slow dropping sensation within her chest. Uh-oh. Yeah, she can't beat him. Oh boy.
I was thinking it was about time we settled things between us. How about it? Shall we do it right here, right now?
Izanami is one of the strongest, greater yokai in all this school. He was currently contending for the top position of headmaster. If he was trying to amass enough spiritual power to contend for the spot of headmaster, then he'll be quick to target feeling prey such as herself. Feeling prey? Oh yeah, I see. Given Izanami's personality, if she let him notice even the slightest chink in her armor, there's no doubt he would start a fight right here, right now. would like to avoid that. If I were to enter a fight with Izanami, there's a 10 to 1 probability that I'd be killed. But God damn it, this thing keeps... Even if by some miracle I were to win, I'd be gravely wounded in the process. A severely weakened Higanbana would be too delectable a snack for those small fry yokai to pass up. Whether I win or lose, neither leaves any possibility of survival. My heart trembled at the foreboding of death. I don't want to die. Fear of death is the one thing that all living beings must feel. My heart was pounding like an alarm bell, and the blood felt like it was swirling around like a cold soup. This was the first time I had ever broken into a sweat this cold. I was lucky enough to have been in the stronger one of my fights up until this point. So, having never faced a life or death situation this bad before, I've never felt this apprehension from being on the verge of death. And today, for the first time, I understand. God damn it, it keeps doing that. Fucking hell. I understood the facial expression that the smaller yokai made the moment I tore them to pieces. If I let down my guard even the slightest bit, I'm sure my face would show that very same expression. I want to live. I don't want to die. Isn't there some way I can avoid death? Something. Anything. If I let my guard down, I'll die. If I make a mistake, I'll die. Why do I not want to die? Because I want to live. Why do I want to live? God damn it, this thing, I swear. I don't know. But I feel like Shuichi would be able to tell me that, teach me that. If I give it my all, I can survive. I can meet with Shuichi again. I heard a thud. It was the sound of the heavy gears in my heart beginning to rotate for the first time. God damn it, no! Okay, good. It didn't skip anything. Woo! And I don't know who's talking. Oh, who is talking here? Jeez. Apparition, it's Shuichi, okay. So, did you get away safely? If I didn't, would I be here telling you about it? Come on, kid. Stupid question. Shuichi laughed lightly at my near-death experience and continued to draw in his sketchbook.
And? How'd you feel right now?
Feel?
You're able to get away from great yokai and harm today. How do you feel about that, Higanbana? You thought you were gonna be killed, right? You made a plan and gave it your all, and it went well, right? How do you feel then?
When I encountered Izanami, I prepared myself for death. I wondered if it'd be alright to call the thumping and pounding of my heart at that time an emotion. You can also do that in Tales from the Borderlands many, many times, Jess. That is always hilarious to do in adventure games. And then the guy says,
You died. Are you sure you want to go with that?
and after I narrowly escaped with my life, and when I finally made it back to the infirmary, I took a deep, deep sigh of relief. Would that be considered an emotion? Relief?
I don't really know.
Today, I'm sure that I felt a different color today than the same old gray I've been seeing for so long. It was still a shade of gray, but up until yesterday it was a boring and cloudy gray. Today it was different. Like a sharp silver, like a razor blade. So sharp that if you touched it, it would slice your fingers open. That's it. It wasn't gray. It was silver.
Like, oh wow, that was dangerous. Or, I'm glad I got out of there all right. I think it'd be nice if you could enjoy those feelings much more.
Enjoying the feeling of danger.
No, not quite. More like enjoying that you made it out safely. I'm sure that you're beginning to understand that feeling. And this is proof of that. Here, take a look.
Shuichi turned his sketchbook around to show her what he had just been sketching. There on the page was Higanbana's face. Oh wow, interesting. That's so cool that there's like a visual record of what she looks like. Me?
Yup. I think that your expression is different from usual today, Higanbana-san.
How so?
I think you're smiling.
Smiling, eh? She didn't think that she had been smiling. But in the picture Shuichi drew of her in the sketchbook, she was definitely shown smiling.
You successfully outsmarted a great yokai and managed to get away, so you must have been happy about that. And you must be relieved about averting a crisis and being able to go about your day normally. I think those feelings are naturally giving you a much more lively expression than usual. Isn't that great? You're able to make it to the end of today safely.
Oh my god. I just realized it. I bet Marie reminds her of him. Oh god. That is so sweet.
isn't that great? Being able to make it to the end of today safely. Now that you've overcome hardship, how does the sunset of the day you survived look right now?
It looks the same as always, I think.
No way. Try looking harder. I'm sure that the colors of this sunset look much more vibrant than yesterday's.
It was as Shuichi said. The colors of the sunset were more vibrant. Oh, the colors of the sunset were more vibrant than I'd ever seen before. Once I admitted that, I felt a strange sensation in my heart. If the feelings within a heart be measured by some physical metric, then it would only have been the size of a clenched fist, albeit rapidly expanding with a sense of liberation. But my heart grew 3 sizes that day. It was a feeling almost like the small confines of my heart were suddenly becoming much, much larger than my entire body. And for the first time, I heard a voice coming from within my heart. Oh, interesting. You can't be too careful around those smaller yokai. Honestly, I despise them. Nevertheless, today was dangerous. I thought Izanami was gonna kill me. But he sure was an idiot, that Izanami. To think he'd believe that lie I told him. Such an idiot. Lots of things happened, but somehow I survived today. Somehow. Are these what are called emotions? Oh, are these what are called emotions? I don't know. But if I liken my feelings to colors, they were decidedly not gray. Various colors mixed and blended. And though I didn't completely understand, it was undoubtedly a complex hue. As this vibrant sunset that I see, the same one that you can see? Is this vibrant sunset that I can see the same one that you can see? Yeah, seriously, Jess, I want to know how she got her way out of that battle.
Of course. That's because the more you enjoy the emotions you have, the more vivid the colors you see become.
So that's the key to enjoying life.
Well, that's the first step, I guess.
Does that mean you're finding ever more enjoyment in your life, Shuichi?
Yep. Higanbana, you finally figured out the happiness of safely surviving a day. I'm a bit beyond that. I'm like 4 parallel universes ahead of you. I enjoy looking forward to the future. The future.
Oh, no, that was her saying it.
I'm a bit beyond that. I enjoy looking forward to the future.
The future, eh?
When I grow up, I want to become an artist. That's my dream.
Dream.
I enjoy looking forward to that day. And I really enjoy imagining what it'll be like. I enjoy looking forward to that day. And I really enjoy imagining what it'll be like. The more days I spend working towards my dream, the more enjoyment I'm having. And that's when I feel like I'm truly alive.
I didn't understand what Shuichi was saying right now. But if I could just figure out how to grasp what he was saying even a little bit, I'm sure that I could figure out how to enjoy life. I had no doubt of that. Right now I'm just trying to survive with all my might. So my head is filled with only thoughts about that. Someday I'll be able to understand. I'm sure I'll be able to grasp it. If I keep spending my days together with Shuichi, I'm sure I'll be able to do it someday. And just then a voice suddenly called out from behind them.
Hey, you're here again?
Oh, I bet it's the bullies. Okay, Apparition, how much is left, do you think, in this story? Because I think we might do that. 45 minutes? Oh, okay, perfect. 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 Because that'll be absolutely... Yep, it'll be a shorter one today. And we'll continue. I think we'll pick it up on Sunday to finish it. Yeah, that's 45 minutes of non-LHC time, right? Right, Apparition? Because, you know, I don't know. I just take longer than the original things. The last section is 30 minutes. Oh, okay, yeah, figured. All right, so we'll leave. Yeah, we'll leave this and the. Okay, you guys. So yeah, this will not be the finale, but next time definitely will be, and that'll be Sunday, as we said. All right, so look forward to it. Sunday, the grand finale of Higanbana, and tomorrow, if you'd like, is some more Ever 17. Okay, you guys. I think this worked out well. Aw, G-Town, you're too nice to me. Okay. Aw, you too, Apparition. Yep, finale part 1. Let's do our final save of Higanbana. Alright, you guys. Yeah, we have the rest of this story, and we have the all-cast review to do next time. So, yep, if you want to be here tomorrow for some more Ever 17, I believe we'll be finishing up one of the routes. I think a bad ending first, and then we'll do the good ending. And then, of course, on Sunday, the finale of Higanbana. Yep. It'll end on a nice, even 20 streams. All right, so... Until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.